So many of you commented on processed foods, salt, and sugar when I did my video on using Bombas for peanut exposures. Well, I'd like to respond by giving you my thoughts about rigid food rules. In an ideal world, we would all eat a perfectly healthy diet, low in salt, low in sugar, all home cooked without processed foods, using all fresh ingredients.
That is so true, but say that to the single mom who has 3 children, who is working 2 jobs and still taking her children to all of their out of school extracurricular activities and still doing all the housework and everything else. So since we do not live in an ideal world, let's listen to what Grandma Pediatrician has to say.
Unfortunately, we don't live in a perfect world. And of course, all of us want to feed our children healthy foods. But do you really need rigid rules on this? I don't think so.
I agree.
Because it's human nature to want what you can't have. And the more you tell a child no, that they can't have something, the more they're going to want it. So ideally, I think kids should be exposed to everything. And I'd like to give you a little anecdote that truly happened to my family. I believe that kids should be exposed to everything so that they won't go crazy when they see it. So quite honestly, I had bowls of M&Ms, I had cookies, I had cakes, I had ice cream in my house. And when my kids' friends came over, they went wild. My kids absolutely ignored it all. They just ate it when they wanted, and it really wasn't a big deal. So one day, my kids went to a birthday party, and they came home and looked at me and said, "Mommy, can we talk about something very serious?" And I went, "Of course." And they led me to the living room sofa, the site of all important discussions in our house. And the two of them looked at each other. My older one took a deep breath, and then he said, "Mommy, as a special treat, could you buy us pretzels with salt?" And I honestly burst out laughing. I bought pretzels that were unsalted because I don't like salt. And with everything my kids had in the house, the one thing they wanted was the one thing they didn't have, and that was salt on their pretzels. So ideally, kids should be exposed to everything. You want to keep their diets as healthy as possible, but you don't want to demonize sugar, salt, calories. The more you demonize it, the more your kids are going to want them.
Pediatrician Grandma is absolutely correct, and I could not agree more. In today's world, especially with social media, we see literally everything being demonized. And if